This is the consistency material from page 46 in the book Fundamentals of Music and Directing Songs. An important area for us to improve in our leading is in the consistency of the tempo that we set. What we mean by the consistency of tempo is that every beat falls with the same amount of time in between those beats. You can think of this as the clicking of the second hand on a clock. Each click has exactly the same amount of time between. If it's a good clock or watch, they're exactly 1 second apart, aren't they? Well, if our tempo keeps speeding up and slowing down, we can't possibly hope to keep a congregation together. Some leaders do this in an attempt to make the song more meaningful. They hear their favorite singer do it with great effect, so let's do it too. The problem is their favorite singer is a professional and is usually singing a solo, and even if there are backup vocals, they've rehearsed it all together and know when the speeding up and slowing down will take place. Professionals can do that. A congregation can't hope to read my mind and can't react quickly enough to a hand drop on every word in order to get it just exactly in the right place. As a song leader, you want everyone singing the words at the same time. That's your challenge. I call it the holy grail of leading songs. If you have the Fundamentals book, at the bottom of page 46, you see this illustration of consistency. Using the song, All Hail the Power of Jesus' Name, we can see here how consistency becomes powerful. I use this song because all the notes at the beginning of the song have the exact same amount of time between them. They're all quarter notes, and a quarter note gets 1 beat in this song. Now I have my metronome set up here, and my metronome app is set to 110 beats per minute. I would encourage you to get one and use it as you develop consistency in your song leading. There are a lot of free apps out there, so you don't have to actually pay for one. I have mine set, as I said, to 110 beats per minute, so when I click start, it gives me a steady tempo. I've turned off the downbeats so the clicks all sound the same. At the beginning of this song, I want to sing a word on every click of the metronome app. At the same time, we want to tap our surface on each beat. And don't do it hard, you'll hurt your wrist. In fact, I use the pad at the palm of my hand just right above the wrist. And so let's start by speaking this. All hail the power of Jesus' name, let angels prostrate fall. Okay, well now, how did that sound? Well, it sounds awful, doesn't it? It's choppy, but we were speaking it. Now I want you to do the same thing, except now we want to sing it. All hail the power of Jesus' name, let angels prostrate fall. Okay, now, as we do that, I want you to do it again. You know what I want done, and I want you to notice how easy it is to sing the words at the same time that I am singing them because the tempo is consistent. All hail the power of Jesus' name, let angels prostrate fall. Now, I want to ask you this. Can you hear the power produced by that consistency? Do this and your congregation will hear that power too. They will keep up with you because that consistent beat has a predictability. They won't have to keep their eyes glued on your hand through the whole song because nothing is changing. They know that the next word will come at exactly the same amount of time as the previous word came after the word before it. So, it is so important that we place that consistency before our singers so that they can stay together. Now, let me emphasize an important point here, because while we want to maintain a consistency in our tempo in a song, there are times when we will want to vary the tempo of a song, in specific places, that is. That isn't what I've been talking about, where a person just tells you where he wants the words to fall by dropping his hand. There are places where a composer has indicated that the singers should slow down or that they should speed up. Then there are times when you are going to see the words and you're going to think, well, that would indicate that this part of the song be sung a little more swiftly or a little more slowly. I do this with the song, For You Have Promised. I sing the verses more slowly, and as we come to the chorus, there's a resolution of the sorrows of life, and I accelerate, then lead the entire chorus with a swifter but consistent tempo. It's often advisable to warn a congregation before starting the song. If they don't know you're going to do this, it can be quite a surprise. Now, frequently the words at the end of a song are the most important in it. In fact, frequently they're the title of the song. It can be a wonderful emphasis if you slow that ending down to kind of meditate on those words. Now, this is far different from a continual changing of tempo throughout a song. When we drop our hand just where we want the words to fall, no one is going to be able to get on that exact point in time because they can't read your mind. Having an entire congregation at the same tempo is the holy grail of directing music. And if we work to do it well, we can inject an incredible power into our song services.